I think everything changed the moment I got the contract. Hear me out. So, I never really thought that this will be my reality, and yet here we are, and I can say it. I'm publishing my own fantasy book. And I cannot believe it. Until this day, I'm still kind of like processing the fact that this is my new reality. But before we really get there, let's just rewind a little bit so this all makes sense. I just cannot believe that just 2 days ago I have received a publishing contract for my debut novel that is the first book of my fantasy series. To be fair, I never really thought this would happen, and I never thought that anyone would like it, and yet here I am with a couple of beta readers and the contract laying on my right. I won't lie, it took a while. At first I wrote the book just as a hobby, some type of a way to get things and thoughts out of my brain. But quickly it moved into the thought of maybe I could publish it one beautiful day. And I guess as any writer who just starts their journey, I approached a couple of publications and got a couple of yeses and a couple of no's. Now the yeses were questionable. I got a yes that actually said, hey, yeah, sure, we would like to publish your book if you gave us all of the rights to the story. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. This does not sound right. So I stopped reaching out and I thought, okay, let's do it right and learn how I'm supposed to actually approach the idea. So obviously I joined Facebook groups, I went through a lot of Reddit, blogs, Substacks and all the other things, and then I realized, oh, the first thing I need to do is to find an agent and actually, figure out what I want to do with this book and how to actually promote it. And I won't lie, it's brutal out there. Despite having a cumulative 50,000 followers across my social media, it seemed that I was not good enough. And the biggest problem anyone had with publishing my book was the fact that that would be my debut novel. That's like my first thing. And it kind of reminded me of, the casual workforce right now, which is like be 18 but have 20 years of experience type of a thing, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, but you haven't published a book yet. And it's like, yeah, but I want to, as a first one. Yeah, but I haven't published a book yet. So it was actually pretty heartbreaking and pretty weird in a couple of ways, but I do digress on this one. Another problem was that my book was big.
That's what she said.
And I mean big, 220,000 words big. So I quickly got to know that as a debut novel, this is not happening. And some of the people even told me that for debut novel, the max is 80,000 words. And I was like, how on earth is anyone creating an epic fantasy novel that creates a brand new world, brand new cultures, religions, and stuff like this within 80,000 words? How on earth can you do it? Anyway, I'm digressing here because I'm kind of flowing somewhere else. Now, knowing that my debut novel should be slightly smaller, I have cut the book where it kind of made sense and put some of the stuff that I knew would make sense in the book too. I knew it's gonna be a series, I knew it's not gonna be a standalone, so I cut it to 130,000 words. So I told myself, good enough, and started to go through the agents again. Now, the groups on Facebook told me the usual boring stuff. Your story has to be finished, not finishing with a cliffhanger or unfinished themes. You need to write it as a serious potential, it has to be a standalone. No one likes a series as a debut. 130,000 words? They won't accept more than 100,000. Now, obviously, I have ignored every single one of these advices because I knew that my story cannot be told as a standalone. It cannot be told in less words. And it's a serious end of story. Like, I was really stubborn. I'm a stubborn person, so result of me not listening to all of those things lays on my right. I'm pretty happy about it. This is a lesson to everyone. Don't necessarily listen to things that people tell you because, yes, those may be the obvious norms, but doesn't mean you need to fit into them. This is why we have a lot of stories that have been told and retold so many times. You know what I mean? I hope you do. Now here is the thing, within a really short amount of time I've gotten to know that the editors of one particular publisher have gone through my book within a day. Mind you, it was 130,000 words and I want to know the magic behind reading a book so fast. Long story short, this was the sign that I was waiting for. And ultimately, this was the publisher that I decided to go with, considering the fact that they were actually excited for it to be a series, they didn't have a problem with a cliffhanger, and all they wanted from me was that we will just cut it through and get it to 120,000 words, which was doable, we've done it, it's amazing. And still makes sense. And I may have cried because of this, multiple times, out of pure happiness, because this is like a dream come true. I think everything changed when I actually got the contract. Now keep in mind that I'm in Ireland and my publisher is in the US, so most of our emails are exchanged like really late in the evening or like in the middle of the day. Things like this. So when I got my contract, it was pretty late at night and every single person in the house was already in their pajamas. But I just ran downstairs to my sister, put the phone on the couch just to have a really nice view. I stood in front of her and I said, "We're publishing a book." So I guess I am about to publish a book and I put dibs on the best possible date that just screams Lexie. Halloween 2025. The process of publishing. Now hear me out, I have previously self-published with Kindle a non-fiction book about creating your social media empire, but I did know nothing. Nothing about publishing a book. All I knew is that you write it, it needs a cover, you throw it in and you, I guess, pray. I knew nothing. So I didn't really do much marketing for it either because I was a little bit afraid of selling things because trust me, social media can be brutal. And people who even don't need the stuff that you are selling can be even more brutal, telling you like, how dare you sell things? But anyway, I'm digressing there. So I did not do much marketing on it. It kind of exists in the void. So as you may imagine, I am extremely excited to go through the traditional publishing process and have a team of people that actually know their stuff. So starting from now, this YouTube channel will kind of change into sharing the story and the process of publishing my own book and everything that I learned in the process. But hey, I know that not everything about it is going to be super exciting, so I will also fill up this channel with fantasy book reviews and much more. So I do hope that we can learn a lot together, exchange some book recommendations and stuff like this, and I hope you will enjoy this journey as much as hopefully I will. So if you want to get a reminder about the first book in my series, the White Raven Tales release, you can sign up to the newsletter that's down below and it's going to send you literally 2 emails. 1 when the pre-sale runs and 2 when the release happens. That's it. Otherwise, you can sign up for my full newsletter with blog posts and much more. Let's be friends. I'm happy to see you here.